What's up? This is Trey T, and this is part one of my 5-part series about education. I'm going to first start off by giving a little background. I used to work in the education system for about 10 years, and over the years, I noticed a couple of things. So the things that I noticed, I'm going to be going through those in my 5-part series about education. And one of the first things I want to talk about is that a lot of parents need to realize when it comes to education, it needs to be a tag team effort between the teachers and the parents. It's not the teacher's job to raise your children. You should already teach your children basic responsibilities and skills so they can function in everyday life before you send them to school. And the teachers can't teach because some of your kids are disrupting class. Like it has to be a tag team. You do your job as parents and the teachers do their job teaching. Because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be what is best for the students. But the problem that I saw in a lot of situations is that like certain students, they don't even know basics. First and foremost, parents, you have to teach your children right from wrong, man. You can't just go, and I'm not trying to tell people how to parent their kids, but this should be based. This is why I feel like everyone should not be allowed to have children, because everyone, they don't, it's how you're raised. In most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, it's how you're raised. Everybody should not be allowed to have kids. Some people can't take that responsibility of having children. They don't know how to teach them right from wrong. And that's the thing. You have to teach your children right from wrong, man. You can't just feed them and let them watch TV and do whatever they want and not have consequences of their actions when they do stuff. You can't do that, because then you do that when they're younger, and then when it's time for them to go to school, again, the teacher's job is to teach. The teacher should not have to take time while teaching to have to tell your child to settle down or sit down, stop, keep your hands to yourself, stop doing this, stop doing that. And at the same time, you didn't even teach your kids basic ABCs and stuff, or being able to count to 10. So by the time they get to pre-K or kindergarten, they should at least know that. Like, teach your kids right from wrong. Teach your kids it's not all right to make fun of people. Teach your kids it's not all right to hit people just because they're angry. Because you let your kids do that now when they're younger. They go think they can do that when they get older. And once they turn 18, they do that. They're going to jail. That's why you need to teach them when they're younger. And I don't want to get biblical, but that's why the Bible says something about train up a child so that when they're older, those ways will not depart them, or something like that. I don't know the exact saying in the Bible, but I know that's what our pastor used to tell us a lot in church. That he used to read that scripture. It's something about train up a child when they're young, so when they're older, those ways that they learned will not disappear from them, or something like that. But you got to teach your kids basic stuff like that. Teach them to show respect to others. Teach them to respect you and others. Teach them to respect their brothers and sisters. Teach them to respect the teachers. Teach them to respect their classmates. Not bullying each other. Not calling each other names and stuff. And I understand sometimes it's in a joking way, but you got to understand, everybody don't think it's funny. Everybody don't joke like that. You can't just, even now, even with adults, you can't, every adult don't laugh at the same jokes. You can't just think, oh, well, I can say this and it'll be all right. You can't do that because everybody don't think the same. So you can't think, oh, well, I'm going to say this is going to be funny. The other kids go laugh. Yeah, the other kids may be laughing, but the person that you told that joke about, you don't know. Like, and that's the thing. You never know what someone else is going through. So you may make fun of, your child may make fun of a kid for wearing the same clothes like 2 or 3 times during the week, but they may not know that child's parent may have just lost their job or they're homeless or something, so they don't have the luxury of being able to have several different clothes or to wash clothes every day and stuff like that. You never know what the another child is going through. Another thing about the tag team thing, what I said, parents, you need to monitor your children's schoolwork. Don't assume, oh yeah, my child acts right at home, so I know he's doing his schoolwork, or I know she's doing. Do not assume that. And then you want to be upset when they come home with a failing grade on their progress report or their report card. Well, and then you want to jump on the teachers. Well, why wasn't I notified that my child was failing? Well, why weren't you monitoring your child's, like nowadays they have technology where you can look up your kids' grades on like, I didn't have that when I was in school. We had to bring home report cards and progress reports and all that. But now, well, the last time I was in education system, they have it now where you can look up your child's grades. A parent, you could be at home, you could be at work, you can look it up on your phone, on your laptop, on your Chromebook, anything. You can look up what your child's grades are. When I was growing up, you didn't used to be able to do that. And that's what parents need to monitor their children's work. Don't, okay, your child come home and you ask them, hey, do you have any homework? And they tell you no. But really they do, and they just not doing it. And then when they get their progress report, they got a 37 on their progress report, but they ain't never tell you. So 3 weeks later, when the report cards come out, they end up failing with a 53 for the class. And then you wanna be quick to come up to the school. Well, why my child fail physics, or why my child fail English, or why my child fail math, and blah 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 blah. Why wasn't I notified? That's why you need to. Don't just ask your child, actually, okay, show me that you open your backpack, show me. And you also need to monitor them to make sure they don't have anything in their backpack. Make sure they're not taking any, this crazy. Kids take anything to school. Like I see on the news where they having challenges where they take pictures of themselves with aerosol guns. It's like, it's so many different things. They take pictures with guns and they airdrop them to the whole school to cause a panic, to scare people. These are TikTok challenges and stuff that they do. Like I see it on the news. Out here in Texas, a situation just happened last week, or it was either this week or last week, where a student bought a pellet gun or something, and they went in the restroom and they took pictures and they airdropped it to a whole bunch of people in the school, and everybody started panicking and stuff, and the parents got called, and like that's you need to monitor your kids. Make sure your kids not bullying people online and stuff like that. Make sure your kids not bringing weapons and knives. It was just a story today in Houston. A student brought a knife to the school and stabbed one of the teachers. Monitor your children for their schoolwork and for everything else. Make sure they don't, okay, if you want them to wear a certain type of clothes, make sure they not going to school in something else. They put the regular clothes on, but when they get to school, they change clothes. Like, you need to monitor all that. And again, don't wait until your child is failing to get angry and want to contact the teacher. Well, why am I? And then you want to try to get tough with the teacher. But where was you when your child was failing? Where were you at? You the parent. You are the first line of defense. In most cases, these children live with you. You should know. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be on the teacher. Like, you should know what your child is, how your child is. Don't expect that for the teacher to know that. And one of my final points for part one, this is just part one. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff about education I gotta go over. That's why I decided to do a 5-part series on this. Because it's a lot of stuff in the education system that I do not like. But my last point for this video about the whole parenting with the teachers and the parents being tag team partners, a tag team duo. Parents, I don't care what grade your child is in. I don't care if they're in college. College is a little bit different because they're more on their own, because some of them may be out of state. But pre-K through 12th grade, that's what I'm mainly talking about. Make sure your children are prepared for school with materials. Why are your children coming to... And I understand some people may not have money. I understand that. But a lot of these kids, they got money, they got new phones, they got new shoes, all this. So you obviously got money. Why are your children coming to school with no backpacks? They got no backpacks. They come to class with no pens, no pencils, no paper, and expect the teachers to provide them with paper. You give them an assignment to write down. Oh, I don't have no paper. Oh, you got a pen? You got a pencil? Like, why? Before every school year, I remember that I don't have any kids, but I know that those people, like the school system, they send out a school supply list. No matter what grade you in, they send out a school supply list. So you need to make sure that your children have, again, I don't care if it's pre-K, kindergarten, 3rd grade, 8th grade, 11th grade. Your kids need to come to school prepared. That's ridiculous if your kids are in high school and they come to school, no backpacks, they don't got no paper, don't got no pens, don't got no pencils. They don't have anything to do their work with. And then they fail and everybody want to blame the teachers. But no, we in a day and age now. I'm going to get to this in another video, but basically all the responsibility have been shifted from the students. The students don't have any more responsibility anymore. Everything is blamed on the teachers. If the kids failed standardized testing, which will be another part of the video, trust me, because that's one of the biggest problems I have in education, standardized testing. So I'm not going to go too far into that one in this video. But when the kids fail that test, the blame gets put on the teachers, not for the kids. The kids don't get the blame. Like, I used to, like, when I was growing up, I was mad as hell. I was so mad because I never had failed that standardized test. And then my junior year, I fucking failed that test. Like, I hate to end up with the profanity, but I had to say it. I was an honor roll student. I failed that damn test. And guess what? I failed it by 1 point. My junior year. So I had to come to summer school to retake that damn test. And the reason why it was 56 questions on that test, and I only missed 7 of them. But the reason why I failed is because it was the English test. So, in English, you got to write. Usually you got to answer questions and do a prompt. My ass, I did the opposite of what the prompt. I read the prompt wrong and wrote the opposite. And I ended because they grade you from like 0 to 4 or something like that, with 0 being the worst and 4 being the best. It's something like that. And I think they gave me a 1. So that dropped my thing all the way down to what I ended up failing that English test. So I had to go back in the summer and retake it. Now, I passed it the second time because I made sure I read those directions carefully. But like I said, I was an honor roll student. I was top 25 in my class. And this is before I knew anything about GPA. If I would have knew about GPA before I got to high school, I probably could have been if I won top 10, I probably could have been top 12, top 15 in my class. But I was top 25 in my damn class. But anyway, I was pissed when I felt that damn and the crazy thing is, when we got the results, our teacher was reading them to us. We'll run up to her, hey, did I pass? And then I ran up to my teacher and I was like, hey, so-and-so, did I pass? He was like, man, I'm sure you passed. So he looked at my thing and he was reading off the subjects. He was like, math, science, social studies. And then he got the English. He said, yes. Oh, wait. You didn't pass the English test. I was like, I know you lied. He like, yeah, man, you didn't pass the English test. I was so damn mad that day. And then the crazy thing is, we had a meeting in the auditorium, and everybody who failed that test, they had to go up on stage and get this booklet to help you study or some shit like that. And when they called my name, all my friends were just laughing at me and stuff. I was so embarrassed because, like I said, I had never felt that test, but I never felt one of those standardized tests before. So like I said, I ended up failing that test by one question, 1 point or whatever. So I had to go to summer school to take it again. But that shit had pissed me off. But these kids nowadays, they don't care. And I'm going to talk about, that's going to be another part of the video, the children focusing. This video was focusing on the parents. I got another video focusing on the children. But so I'm going to conclude this video. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. Let me know what your comments are about this video and about parents and their kids when it comes to education. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.